Do you ever wonder why people always get in their own way and stop themselves from truly being happy in life and self-sabotage themselves? Well, we're going to dive into it on this episode at Therapeutic Talks.
Make sure you tune in, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
What's up, y'all? Why you ain't doing nothing with your hands, bro? You supposed to like,
Bro, what you gonna do? Spirit fingers?
yeah, bro.
I'm not-
Something, jazz
bro,
hands,
leave me
something.
alone.
Give us a little something, bro. Welcome back to another episode at Therapeutic Talks, where we're talking about self-sabotaging today. But before we get into it, we got the co-host, the leading lady, and we got a special guest today, a staple of the show. How about you go and introduce yourself? Time out.
Time out.
We listening.
What I just hear? What I just hear?
What you
You
mean?
said the what?
The
The
co-host, the leading lady? You talking about that? Yeah.
That happened?
Yeah.
I ain't know that. I didn't know that. What y'all was ago? I didn't get told this. I didn't none of that.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on now.
but you ain't tell me
You
this
was
till.
just
I called you.
listening.
Y'all got it.
Come on, man.
Y'all got it. Okay.
Come on, man.
Channel here though. Channel here. I'm back. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Okay. So, first off, I want to start by asking y'all, have y'all ever ruined anything in your life, and do you know why you did it?
Ruined anything in my life?
Yeah.
I
Whether it be
wouldn't say I
opportunity, whatever.
ruined anything in my life.
Mhm.
What's for me is for me. You feel me? If it don't work out, it just don't work out. I'm not tripping on it. I'm not you sometimes you'll might be disappointed that's at most. You feel me? That's at most. I'd be disappointed, but anything else, I wouldn't say I ruined anything, fumbled anything, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. I wouldn't say I'll ruin anything. Piggybacking off that, if it's for me, it's gonna find its way to me and I'll have it and it'll be mine. However, I do think I ended situations quicker than they were supposed to end because of me. Yeah, like how I feel and stuff like that. I care about how I feel.
Right.
And if something make me feel away, it just gotta y'all know I'm gonna keep saying every episode. I feel like I said I just gotta go. Like if it's not for I promise y'all, if it's one thing, I just gotta go. I need to take a break from you. And I think a lot of people just don't like that, like sudden cutoffs and stuff like that. So I guess that's kind of like self-sabotaging because I put an end to things before they can go to wherever they're supposed to go. But like you said, if it's for me, I'm gonna have it. What do you think?
I think I've messed up a couple opportunities by either putting somebody ahead of me for the sake of like, I feel like they fit this role perfectly, or just allowing myself to be like, nah, like I'm not ready for the moment, or I'm not ready to enjoy whatever it may be. So I definitely think ruin is a strong word.
Yeah,
But I definitely think I've messed up a few of my opportunities by, be like, nah.
You're ruining it.
Yeah, bro.
You're ruining it.
But have y'all ever kind of, how do I say it? Have you guys ever pushed away happiness because you're self-sabotaging yourself, because you feel like you didn't deserve it at the time?
Because I didn't deserve it at the time. These are the words you kind of selected. I don't know, because I don't really look at it as that, bro. I don't know.
Or like
you could say, bro, I've been through depression. So yes, I've pushed away happiness. You know what I'm saying? Was it like forcefully? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to. I just didn't. At the time I was lost, bro. I lost myself. I couldn't find myself, so I didn't know what love felt like at the time, or loving myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess you could say pushing away happiness, or just pushing away trying to heal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just, leaving that shell that I was in. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you could say in that sense, then yeah, pushing away happiness. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I kind of same, because I have been through like depression, and like I experienced it on campus because I was working like 5 jobs on campus. I had my own room, so I was by myself all the time, isolated, by myself all the time. So I had a lot of time on my hands and stuff like that. But it like turned into kind of like a negative thing for me, and I think the more that I started getting in my own solitude, like I just started sticking with it. And it like kind of pushed away a lot of different bonds and different friendships for me, because people would be like, people want me outside, people want me to go, like, and I'm a extroverted introvert. So like I'm able to go outside and go have fun and stuff like that. I'm a fun time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get in those modes, like where I just like I can't give you that. I'm going to subtract myself completely, like, and not leave a crumb. Like, and I think that was like a issue, and could have been me self-sabotaging a lot of friends and a lot of experience that I could have went through, because I would just be like no to everything, get away from me, or I just won't say nothing. And people don't like sudden cutoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely have pushed away happiness, and deserving happiness is something that's, I think everybody deserves happiness, but I do think there's been times where I have pushed it away because the headspace I was in, like you said, been depressed before, and like feeling that you're kind of like, man, sometimes it's hard to get out of that, and you're stuck in a headspace where it's like, I'll just sit here a little bit longer, like I just want to lay here. I don't feel like, reconnecting with the world or whatever. And opportunities may have came my way. And because of the headspace I was in, because of the mental space I was in, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't give myself up at that moment, at least. I couldn't give myself up at that moment and really break free of all that. But do you guys feel like, why do you guys feel like people decide to self-sabotage themselves?
There's a lot of different reasons, bro. Some people crave sympathy. You feel me? Some people crave attention. So, and you have to really dictate which one is which, because that could really, you know what I'm saying, that could really manipulate you into being there for somebody that really don't need help but just want that attention, or just want your attention in general. You know what I'm saying? So you have to dictate which is the real from the fake in that sense. And it's a lot of more fake on the fake side than the real side. I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's scary to even get close to somebody when it comes to that. Cause the crazy thing is, it's like, even I have somebody close to me even tell me like happiness is a choice. And I've been even having like a battle back and forth with myself with that conversation too, because when I was going through that, it didn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you could say that it's a choice, but at the same time, I'm not choosing to feel this way. I'm not choosing to have these suicidal thoughts. I'm not choosing to be in this dark space. I mean, I'm not choosing to cut myself off from everybody and shut away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to be around my peoples. I want to be around the love. It's just, I just don't know what that feel like no more. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, when that happens, they just feel like people just can't help them, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you got your own stuff going on and somebody else got their own stuff going on, y'all are two completely different people that got the different stuff going on. Y'all probably live in the same area. Y'all got two different lives going on. So how could you help? People would be thinking like, how could you help me if you got your stuff going on? You know what I'm saying? You going through some of the same stuff that I'm going through. Yeah, you might can help me, but how you can't help the entire, you know what I'm saying? I want to remove this burden from me for good. And you can't help me with that if you're going through the same stuff I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think that way, and that's how they self-sabotage themselves.
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
I think people self-sabotage, like, for some for attention, some do it like without even knowing, because common sense is not common, and especially not now. So a lot of people don't realize the effects that they have on certain situations or certain opportunities that are presented in front of them, and they just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And it could be because that they're way too comfortable with the way that they present themselves, and they're not comfortable with changing. And some people are really headstrong, and which is not all the way a bad thing. You should be headstrong, you should be confident, you should be able to do that for yourself, but you gotta know when and where and how to do certain things. So yeah, self-sabotaging, I feel like it's a conscious, it's a unconscious thing. Like it's there. It can go either way. But a lot of people do like self-sabotage for attention. A lot of people seek validation and seek someone to be like um a parent figure that they don't have, or like I think a lot of people just go into the world seeking and wanting and craving, and they'll do anything to get it,
Definitely. I feel like people self-sabotage because one, sometimes I do think it's such extreme cases where people don't feel like they deserve happiness. Maybe due to something that they've taken part of, maybe something that they did before. They feel like maybe this is my karma. Maybe this is something that I don't deserve because of how I treated somebody else when I was in a different place in my life. Maybe they were a bully in school. Maybe they bully kids in school or whatever. And then they get to be a full-grown adult in the real world and everything. And they self-sabotage themselves for certain opportunities because they feel like, man, maybe this is my penance for that. Maybe this is me making up for everything I've done to somebody. Or sometimes they just don't feel like they're ready for the moment. I feel like some people just don't feel like they're ready for the moment. So them like underplaying how great they really are, underestimating how ready they really are for the moment, they decide to just be like, you know what, I'm good. You can pass to the next person, or not respond at all. That's something that a lot of people do when they're presented with certain opportunities. They just don't respond at all. They just leave it alone. And I definitely feel like that's a big reason why people self-sabotage themselves.
And then I'm not gonna lie, just piggybacking off that, because I knew somebody that was literally just like how you're saying, like he felt like he was so less than that he didn't deserve what was being provided. Like he didn't deserve it. And it was like one thing that ticked them off that like gave like I think also like trauma responses is like a part of why people self-sabotage, because they see one thing that reminded them of something that happened a long time ago, or one thing that interrupts just a little bit of peace, or one obstacle that arises, and they're just like, fuck it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Like, and then it's just that fear, and then it's just them running away. Like a lot of people run away from their problems because it reminds them of something in the past, and that's just something that they never gotten over. So trauma is definitely another reason people self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about people that not only do they self-sabotage, but they also try to convince others that they're not ready for that moment as well? So they're allowing their whatever bad part they are in their life, or they're allowing their mindset to leak over to their friends.
You got to cut those people out your life, honestly, because your friend is elevating, and you can only go so far as you can think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your friend is on another dimension right now. You know, he gone. He trying to elevate, and you still stuck in the same place. You still stuck in the same state. He trying to get up out of here. He trying to go really get the millions that I was talking about a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But you still doing the same stuff that you've been doing. So he not, you know what I'm saying? He got to leave you alone. He got to leave you alone. When you ready to lock in, he ready for you. He ready for you when you ready to lock in.
Yeah.
But until then, bro, you got to lock in with yourself and get right. You know, so simple plain to God.
Yeah.
I feel that. And then going back to what you said earlier, Shannon, like people will not take their self out the situation. And that's what I'm big on. Y'all know I always say that I'm going to subtract myself before it get bad. Like you will never see me draining nobody of their energy. Like I'm going to subtract myself. If I cannot give you all of me, then I will not give you half of me. Hello. But like people will stick around and give you half and keep giving you half, and then want you to feel that other half. And I think that's what it starts. Self-sabotage starts to play a role in it, because now you're depending on somebody else to give you that other half, and when they don't give it to you, you're basically just leeching off them. You just want, but you cannot give. And that's the time that I think you should take a step away. When you notice that you are falling back off things, it's best to step away, because you can jeopardize a lot of relationships and friendships and people, opportunities, all of that, if you're just going out your way and allowing things to consume you, such as like your doubts, your own self-doubts. You know what I'm saying? You just got to take your time away, and you got to work on that for yourself. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like the whole idea of self-sabotage is such a touchy subject because a lot of people don't want to admit that they're self-sabotaging themselves. They don't want to admit that they step in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you know, you're bringing down a lot of people.
Yes.
And your goal should never be to bring down your circle. It should only be to uplift it. At no point should you allow your self-sabotaging ways to affect others, because now not only are you being a bad friend, but you're hindering the potential of everyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has potential, no matter what. Everybody has their own set of potential. Everybody has their ceiling or whatever, or they're meant to go through that or whatever it may be. Everybody has their own set of skills that works best for them. But when you allow another person to come in and start telling you, yeah, we might just not be ready for it. Ain't no we at that point, you know, like ain't no we might not be ready. I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, are you gonna come with me?
Yeah.
And like sometimes we try to drag people, scratch call, whatever. You clearly see them fighting back. But because they're your friend or family or whatever, you really want them to be involved. Like you really want them to see what life could be for you.
Yeah.
And we just don't allow ourselves to really understand that, you know? Like
you could even give your friends experiences, you know what I'm saying, that they never experienced before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they just can't escape the reality of what they, you know what I'm saying, going through, you know? And even like you just said before, like people that, because sometimes it's hard to give advice to a lot of people because I haven't been through a lot of things that a lot of people haven't been through. You know,
Yeah.
I can only give you give you advice on experiences that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So just like when you said, or when you said when people think less of their self, you know what I'm saying? That's because I used to think less of myself when I was going through that. You feel me? But also when you said people doing something or to somebody or doing something crazy that, you know, and they feel like they don't deserve happiness or anything like that, I just say you just gotta find God. That's my advice.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just find God, especially when you feel like what you said. You feel me? Because He forgives all. You know, we are His children, so
Yeah.
God forgives all. You just gotta find Him and really sit yourself down with Him.
Yes, sir.
So that's my advice to people when they ask me that, because my life has been tremendous since I found God. You know, He has blessed me in ways that I couldn't imagine. You know, so meditating the Word of God has made me imagine stuff and see my life in ways that God sees it now.
Mm.
You know, so it's helping me see things a lot clearer. You know,
That's pretty strong, bro.
Yeah.
That is strong. That's good.
That's strong. Yeah, I already and I've went through like what you went through in the sense of like being able to really find God, because a lot of times when you forced to go to church as a kid, you know, like it kind of like disconnects you a little bit from as you get older, but then you find your way back. And I definitely feel like I see what my life will be now that I have a clear vision. I'm actually working towards it and putting everything I got into it. Like the vision is overly clear now. You know, like it's nothing that can hold me back besides myself. And that kind of plays right back into the whole idea of self-sabotage. Is that's the only thing that can really stop you is you.
And that's why that's crazy, bro, because like you said, like we said, we was younger, we was always had to go to church and everything. I've been going to the same church since I was in my mother's stomach, bro.
Yep.
I'm still going to the same church now. I've seen the pastor, I've seen him preach, I've seen his son preach, and now I'm seeing his daughter in the choir dancing and doing praise and worship and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My auntie works there. My uncle works there. My uncle met my auntie and they got married. He got 2 kids and everything. You know what I'm saying? So we've been in that church for a long time, and like you said, we was young and we had to go to church. So growing up, when I lost myself, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I had to figure out what was for me and what I believed in as well. So, and I still ended up reverting back to my stomping grounds. You know what I'm saying? The root of where it came from. You know what I'm saying? And man, I love my church, bro. That's one thing. That's one thing that hurt me too when I moved out of state, is not being able to come to my church again, because seeing it on the computer is cool and everything, but being in
there,
you know
it's a different
being
feeling.
in there and hearing the serum, man, it's crazy, bro. It's just the atmosphere is just different.
And that goes for, and even if you're not like super religious, people watching at home, you don't gotta be super religious to hear words that motivate you.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what church is for a lot of people. And going to church is hearing words that motivate you. Like people go on YouTube, look at motivational videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It could be whoever talking. It could be a Rocky speech. It could be whatever. Whatever words like move you, that's what matters. You know, like that's what gets you up. And I feel like that can break you from your ways of self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Definitely can.
Yeah.
But what words have someone given you guys, or maybe you've heard it online or seen it in a movie or whatever? What have you seen in your life to make you be like, enough with the self-doubt, I'm 100% gonna be able to do this and I'm gonna do it my way?
Mm.
You wanna go?
You want to?
I'll go. I said it again, bro, and I'm gonna keep saying it every time. I was introduced to an artist. He's a rising artist right now, but he's been an activist since you know what I'm saying, for a long time. His name is AJ McQueen. So, the words, when you hear me say healing is gangster, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That coming from him. You feel what I'm saying? So, listening to his music, going to his concerts, going to, you know what I'm saying, going to everything that he's that I've been going to. That was my church, or my and also my therapy at the moment. You feel me? And just speaking those words and having a routine, just, you know what I'm saying, liberation, just everything, bro. Cultivating yourself, you know what I'm saying, being transparent with yourself, being vulnerable, and being okay with healing. You feel me? I felt like back in the day we didn't. I wouldn't say back in the day like we owe or something, but you know what I'm saying. During high school,
aunties and uncles,
I chill. I chill.
You
But like during high school and stuff like that, we never thought it was okay to heal. We never thought it was okay to, you know what I'm saying, really be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying. But now I feel like we're opening up more now and we understanding. I feel like a lot of that is the reason with that, because everybody is doing it now. You feel me? You see a lot of younger people leaning towards the word of God now. You see a lot of people coming together now, and friendships are getting stronger now. But also friendships are falling apart as well, which has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Friendships have to happen for you to meet new people and have new, stronger relationships. So
for sure.
So just coming together and just being one.
Yeah.
I would say what really what really got me to the point of like, okay, no more self-sabotage and self-doubt. I went to church. My birthday always fall on a Sunday. So I opened my new year off with my new year of my age with me being in church. And I sing for this church. It's in Moni. I sing for the church. So I went in there and I'm telling them like, yeah, I have a listening party. It's today. It's Sunday. So I'm coming here. I want y'all to like bless me, pray over me and stuff. And literally all of them came over because they just love, like they are so love. I love my church. I love them so much. They are so loving. My pastor literally called the deacon, everybody over, and they gathered around me and they was just like praying over me. And it was so many different, like, it was so many different words being spewed onto me. And it was just like, all I could do was just sit there and just like soak it in. Like, hey, like, you know who you are and you're made for this, and, you know, and God's with you, and you just gotta follow. You gotta allow him to take over. I'm getting chills talking about it, but you gotta like literally, the whole process was just like, it turned a new stone for me. And that was my fresh 22. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to go do what God want me to do. Like, I know my purpose. And also, like, I had I think I said it earlier. I was depressed when I was in college.
Yeah.
I had a spiritual awakening while I was in college. Give me a quick little, yeah. I was like laying down in my bed, and the way I had my own room, I was by myself. So yeah, laying on my bed, and it was the first time I ever had sleep paralysis. And literally, I had my head turned facing the door. So like, this is the door, my bed right here, and I'm facing the door. Like my body is straight, laying back, and I'm facing the door. And I have tachycardia, so my heart beat 3 times faster than an average person on a regular. So I'm laying in bed. I get sleep paralysis. I wake up. I'm like, oh, like hell no, like I'm like, hell no. And this is after like a long self-doubt session, like depressed. Like I was very depressed. I made a painting, like it was very depressing. I ain't gonna lie, it was me literally mapping out like my depression. Like I was painting heavy, and I'm just sitting in my room like I just can't, like suicidal thoughts. I can't keep going. So I'm sleeping. I wake up and I just see like a figure, and God always come in threes for me, and He know my heart. He know my heart so well. Like He know my heart so well. And I seen like a figure, I swear to goodness, from the ground, and it started growing. Like it started growing, and it was so big for the ceiling. Like it was too big for the room. So it was bent over. And I think that was God letting me know, like, I'm bigger than any problem that you have. Let's start there. Like call it out. I'm bigger than any problem that you have. Then I seen another one come in the corner, and then the other one just meets me in my face. And he looking at me, my heart start racing, and it's going crazy. Like, cause I get, like I said, y'all, pumping like a pump machine. And I end up like hearing him speak to me, and he's like, calm down. I'm like, oh. And all I know is my heart literally slowed down. That was the slowest my heart has ever been. Like my heart is always going fast. That was the slowest my heart has ever been. So I know, like, that was my confirmation. Like this is my God. Like, and then it was scaring me. So like he made the face of the thing that was in front of me. It turned into like my painting that I was drawing, like my comfort painting. My most favorite painting that I've ever made is of the sky, and it had stars, and it was just swirling starry night. Starry night. It was beautiful. And he just started telling me about myself, like, you're stressing about this, but why? Like you asked for this. You asked me to give you discernment. You asked for me to give you power to push through things. You asked me to give you perseverance. You asked me to give you love and all of this stuff. And I'm giving you the challenges that's going to help you meet and help you gain this wisdom. Why you don't want it no more? Why is it so much for you? Like, what do you want me to do now? You're asking me for something and I'm giving it to you and you're not wanting it anymore. So what do you want me to do now? Like, and it was just, he had a long time. He read me down. I'm like, God read me down that night. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to get my life together and I'm going to do what you tell me to do. And that's to be my authentic self. That's to love on myself. And that's to push that agenda and push that onto people. And doing, how am I going to do it? By music.
Yeah.
And from there, it was just like, okay, I signed up for ballet classes. I got back in ballet, started doing my music. Boom. Got back home, started turning up. Like literally, that's how that went. But I think that was definitely an experience that definitely shifted me from being so doubtful of myself. Like it helped build a lot of character and confidence for me personally. Yeah. And yeah. That was good. What was I gonna say? You wanna?
Man, I got lost in what you were saying. Honestly, when it come down to it, I've lost myself. I found myself 1,000 times over, and from those experiences, I can really say that the times that I've lost myself have become more important than the times I've actually found myself. I feel like in the midst of me being gone and lost.
Sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but that was cold. I
That
ain't gonna
was
lie, bro,
cold.
because that's for real. But keep going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, cut you off.
Like in the midst of me being lost, I didn't have to really look myself in the mirror, even when I couldn't even get up to look at myself. You know what I mean? Like I've had times where I'm like, man, I'm really down and out. You know, and I know that you should never look at yourself as like fully like it's over with and everything. But man, it's so hard to do that when you feel like you've lost, you know, like, and it's been times where I've had the overall feeling of, man, I'm lost in life. Like I've lost, like it's like ain't no really coming back from this. And then I've been shown that you've lost for a reason, and your losses turn to lessons. And when you allow that to become a mentality after a while, you don't really look at losses as a loss after a while. You look at it as an essential part of your life, and you gotta learn, and that's the whole point. You gotta learn in life, and it's just something that's so important. And man, when you actually find yourself again, you really know who you are.
Yes.
And you really see that vision clear, like clear as day.
Yes.
There's no stopping it unless you self-sabotage and you step in front of yourself and be like, nah, you shouldn't do this. But after losing yourself so many times and then you come back and you find yourself, ain't no stopping you after a while, man. Like it's nothing that nobody can do or say that can steer you off your path. And your path is so important to you because it's yours. It's yours. And it's just all you need to do really is find whatever motivates you, whatever can cause you to have some type of devotion, not just motivation, because sometimes motivation will go away after you get done watching that motivational video off YouTube or whatever, but being devoted to it is what really pushes you forward.
Yeah, definitely. What helps y'all be devoted to pushing forward? Since you said that, like, what motivates y'all that pushes you enough to overcome self-sabotage, and like what really gets you going? What do you do to get yourself going, and what gets you going?
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say like what I do. But I will say my main thing is my family right now. I know my family good though. You feel me? Like we very family oriented, so we good. So I think my main thing for real is my little brother. You know, I got a little brother. He just turned 18 not too long ago. So, making sure he's straight is my biggest thing right now. Yeah, my mama and dad got him too, but as a big brother, it's you know, just my duty to just make sure he's straight. You know, a lot of the things he ain't seen what I see. You know what I'm saying? And but you haven't seen a lot of the stuff that go on in this world. You feel me? It can cause you to move just loose. You know what I'm saying? Just move any type of way until you get into that situation where you know, it turns your mind. You're like, oh, it's real. And you know what I'm saying? So I think that's my biggest thing, trying to get him to understand. You know, but also doing things that I love to do as well. Stop doing stuff that everybody else want to do and do stuff that I want to do and doing it by myself.
Yeah.
You feel me? Forget doing it with people so much. Do it by yourself. That it builds character. People don't understand that too. Having fun with yourself and taking yourself out too, that builds character, that builds self-confidence. You gonna be able to be out in front of a group of people and be able to just talk to them freely by yourself because you just that naturally confident with yourself now. You know what I'm saying? So those are just some of the things that I carry with me and do for myself to yeah.
I would say I do it for my mother, you know. I do it for my mom. She recently passed away in August, and it's kind of like it's a tough situation because it's like I want to just lay down all the time. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do nothing. But at the same time, I know that's not what she would have wanted, you know? So that's why I have to really push myself to the point where I know, you know, she'd be proud, you know? Like, that's what's really driving me. Like it's no stopping from this. Like, since the first episode all the way through now, like, there's no stopping this show. There's no stopping, like, where I'm willing to, you know, go to really push the show out there. You know, yeah, you know, I'm doing it for her. If I don't do it for nobody else in the world, I'm doing it for her, for sure.
As you should.
For sure.
For me personally, I would say my godkids, my nephews, my nieces. Like, I love my babies so much, and like Shannon was saying, it's just you want them to experience life, but you also don't want people to. You want to warn them, so it's like you lead them to the water and let them decide if they want to drink or not, but you want to also be there to pat their back if they choke on the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta you just gotta be there. And that's what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for my baby sister. I'm doing it for my mama. Like, I'm doing it for my family. Like, to be the first generation to do it, you know? And not for the title, but to do it for the development of the rest of the family to come.
Yeah.
For the rest of the generations. Like, I want them to see it like, oh, she's the outlier. She's the black sheep, but for a good reason. You know, good cause, good reason. So, yeah.
Definitely. Man, it's been a pretty good episode, y'all.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good episode.
For sure.
Y'all don't forget to, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, everything.
Everything. Choked up, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man. It was a tough episode, and I hope y'all was able to take something from it. And we gonna see y'all next week on Therapeutic Talks.
Again. Got it right out of the mud again. Not another visit to the pen, cause I wasn't taking out my